Hey guys, Corey B. Today I'm going to make a short video about flying your drone in cold weather. Last year I made a video of flying the Spark in cold weather. I think it was like negative 20 something counting the wind chill, and the Spark did just fine, and I'll link that at the end of this video. But this week, or this last week I should say, if you're in the US and you've been watching the news, it's all about the polar vortex. Rochester, Minnesota, my hometown, was lucky enough to get hit by the polar vortex. It was kind of reaching right down to southeastern Minnesota, and it got us. The temperatures were down to like negative 32, and the wind chill on top of that the other night was down to negative 60. In the morning, nobody's cars started if your car was parked outside. I was at work for 12 hours. My car didn't start. Many of my coworkers' cars didn't start. My goal was to get up at 8 o'clock that day, because 8 o'clock was when it was supposed to be negative 32 actual temperature, and try to fly the Mavic Pro Platinum in negative 60-degree wind chills. But because I stood in the parking lot for 5 or 10 minutes and tried to get the car started, I was very, very seriously cold. I did not want to go back out at 8 o'clock in the morning. I was chilled to the bone. So I work night shift, so I got off in the morning at 6 o'clock, and I slept in because I needed to warm up. And I woke up at about 2:30, and I checked the temperatures, and the temperature outside was negative 20, and the combined wind chill was negative 46. So that's what approximately I flew the Mavic Pro Platinum in, was negative 46 wind temps. It flew all right at first. I wasn't doing very good. I was standing outside while I flew it. I had some gloves on and they still weren't keeping my hands cold. So after I flew it up for a bit and just kind of hovered it to try to get a time lapse, I took turns putting one hand in my pocket and then putting the other hand in my pocket, because my fingers were just freezing. I don't like wearing huge bulky gloves when I'm flying the drone because I feel like I can't feel the control sticks. Speaking of the control sticks, I got a few errors on those. When I was letting it hover, I wasn't really moving the control sticks around at all, and a couple errors popped up that said like joystick error or something like that. May lose use of the joysticks or the thumbsticks. I had never seen that error before, and it didn't affect the flight of the drone. I got a little worried when it said it was a joystick error, so I brought it over the yard because there's lots of fluffy snow around, and I figured if it fell out of the sky, it would probably just fall right in the snow right in front of me. That would be the best thing that could happen. If I had to go hunt my drone down in negative 46-degree temps, I probably wouldn't. I would stay indoors. But besides that, I got the battery error popped up several times. It said battery temperature error, and I think that one popped up like 6 times, but it kept flying. It kept flying for probably about 23 minutes total that I flew it. I probably could have flown longer, but I was too cold. I had to go inside. And I didn't fly the Spark, and I didn't fly the Mavic Air outside. After 20 minutes outside with the Mavic Pro Platinum, I was just too cold. That was the end of the test for the first day. The next day it warmed up by about 20 degrees, and I'll play some clips from that too. And I noticed that one of the buildings in town was lit up red. I don't know what for. It's the Mayo Clinic, so they light it up for in honor of different diseases and people and holidays and stuff like that. I drove downtown, and I stayed in the car this time, so I flew from the car, just looking out the windshield, and I didn't have any battery temp errors. I didn't have any controller errors. Everything flew just fine. And it was only really about 20 degrees warmer, so probably around like negative 26 with the wind chills. It flew just fine, and that's about the same temperature that I flew the Spark in last year, and that didn't have any problems, so I didn't think that was going to have any problems. But the takeaway from this is, yes, DJI drones are very tough. They're very capable, although you probably shouldn't fly them outside in negative 60 or negative 40-degree temps. If you had to for a short, limited period of time, you probably could. The key is to keep your batteries and your drone very warm before you expose them to the cold. If you had to park anywhere for an extended period of time, keep your car running, keep the drone, and keep the batteries warm. If the batteries get cold, and it's not even that cold, I think it's like 60 or 50, 55 degrees or something like that. If they get too cold, the drone won't even start up. But if you keep them warm inside the house or the car, and then take them outside and start the drone up, most likely they'll fly just fine. So I'm going to play a few more clips here at the end of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions about cold weather flying, comment below and I'll try to answer them as best I can. All right, thanks for watching. See you later.